In this demo, we're going to use the ArcckCloud connectors for connecting uh, to MongoDB database. So first, we are ArcckCloud, and we are made in Australia, and we are based in Ipswich. And ArcckCloud is an applications integration ETL automation workflow software, and you can use it as an alternative to Bistalk, SSIS, Azure Logic Apps, Azure Functions, AWS Lambda, or AWS Step Functions. And we offer rapid development and rapid deployment, low code development, drag and drop orchestration designer. We are web-based interface, so you don't need to install uh, on your desktop machine. And we have a wide range of connectors, and we are building new connectors and offer the development of custom connectors. And we are available in iPaaS or self-hosted, uh, which is an on-premise or virtual private cloud software. So Mongo database is a popular and widely used open source NoSQL or non-relational database management system. It is designed to store and retrieve and manage large volumes of data, providing high performance, scalability, and flexibility. MongoDB uses a document-oriented data model where data is organized and stored as JSON-like documents. These documents can vary in structure, allowing for dynamic and schemaless data storage. So we have two connectors for managing data in Mongo database. So the first one is the MongoDB sender connector, and it is used for uploading or updating JSON data to MongoDB database. And the MongoDB receiver, which is used for retrieving JSON data from a MongoDB database. So there are three operations that you can do in a MongoDB sender. So the first operation is an insert, and the payload for the insert uh, is either a JSON string which has an action field, so underscore underscore action and insert. So this is not a field that will be inserted in the document. Rather, it tells the MongoDB sender that this particular document is going to be inserted in the collection or in the database. Now, you can omit the underscore action, and with this, it is treated as an insert operation. For updating data, you specify underscore underscore action update equal to update, and that basically it will iterate through each of the fields like the address, city, region, postal code, country, phone, and fax, and it will use ID as the primary key, and it will update the fields that are specified. So all of the fields that are specified in the update operation are going to be updated. And if you don't want to update that field, you just take it off. Now the third operation is the delete. So for the delete operation, this will delete the record in the Mongo database. So you specify underscore underscore action of delete, and then you specify just the ID. So this will tell the MongoDB sender to remove this record from the MongoDB database. So let's start. So let's go to ArcckCloud. So by opening up browser and typing in the URL arccloud.com. And then once you log in, you will have access to the integration menu, and from there you can click Orchestration Designer. So we'll grab a start connector, and then we'll grab a canned data source. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert data to the Mongo database first. So we'll create a Mongo database, so it will have a no record, and then we'll insert documents into it. So the string source will carry the payload for the Mongo database insert. So we'll grab a data here. So we're inserting approximately 100 records. So the payload, as I've discussed earlier, if you omit the action, it will be treated as an insert operation. And then we're going to grab a Mongo database sender connector. So this will take the data from the string source, and it will insert it into a Mongo database. So for the Mongo database sender, you need to have a connection ID and a collection name. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a connection by specifying a secret, by creating a secret, and that secret will point to the Mongo database. So we'll create a new secret, and we'll say it's a Mongo database connection, and we'll specify the same text to the name. And what I'll do is I will connect to one of the Mongo databases that I have in the backend, and click on create. Now, once that secret is created, you need to copy the ID and put that in the connection ID in the orchestration designer. And then we're going to specify a collection. We'll say customers, and we'll say that the input is array. So the payload coming from the string source is array, so we'll tick that. And then that is the insert operation. So um, we'll we'll stop there, or we can read the data. So we'll stop there, and we'll say this is a MongoDB operation. So we'll say Mongo uh, DB uh, data population demo. And then I'll save that, and then I'll hit on play. So when you hit on play, a pop-up will be launched. So you have to disable the pop-up blocker for the arccloud.com domain in the web browser. So what it's doing is it's deploying the orchestration in one of the dev servers, and then the dev server basically executes it and responds back with response to the browser. So green means the connector has executed that command successfully, and red means it failed. So for this one, it's successful. So there should be data in the MongoDB database now. So it's uh, so it has inserted successfully those data. Now what we're going to do is we are going to create another orchestration, so that will fetch data from the Mongo database. So we'll have a start, uh, and then we'll fetch data. So uh, we'll use the Mongo database receiver, and we'll define the uh, uh, the connection ID. So for the connection ID, we'll get the connection ID from the secret which we created earlier, and the collection will say customers, which is the one defined in the Mongo database sender. So we inserted the records to the customers collection, and then we'll say filter. We won't have a filter, and we'll take the filter expression. So and then we'll say maximum documents of 100. So it doesn't load the server with large amounts of data, and then we'll terminate the orchestration. Now we can also retrieve, so we can copy this, and we can do a a query uh, for a specific record. So we'll say we'll say uh, ID uh, is equal to, so we'll grab a data here. So we'll have uh, this one, and let's populate that in the designer. So this means that it's going to retrieve one record which satisfies this expression, and that expression is basically it's going to retrieve the document with an ID of ALFKI. So this one here is going to retrieve all of the records or the documents, while the other one is going to uh, retrieve the ID of that. Now we'll save that with so we'll say Mongo DB retrieval. Okay, we'll save that, and we'll play that. Okay. So while that's running, what I'll do is I will modify this and have a series, another operation. Uh, well, we're going to. Okay, so it's finished. So we retrieve all of the records using the MongoDB receiver, and this is the output. Yeah, so it has successfully retrieved all of the records from uh, uh, the MongoDB database. And this one here, we instructed it to retrieve just one document, and it has successfully done that as well. So the next one is so we'll save and close this one, and we're going to clone the data population upload, and we're going to edit that. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to do some CRUD operation. So we'll replace the string source with a command that is basically that will demonstrate the create, update, and delete. So the first operation is an update. So what it will do is it will update the records in the ALFKI a document with ALFKI ID with these values. And the next operation is it's going to delete the record with an ID of an ANATR, and the third one is it's going to insert a record with an ID of XXXX. So using the insert action. So we'll say we MongoDB data CRUD, so CRUD demo. What we can also do is we can retrieve the data from the Mongo database and see if those records have been modified. So I will create another MongoDB receiver here, and what we're going to do is we're going to query the database for these records that we updated uh, uh, or deleted or inserted, and see. Uh, okay, so base customers, and then uh, we'll say okay, and we'll copy that, and we'll clone this. So let's query for the next one. The first one is ALFKI, the next one is ANATR. Yeah, and the third one is the uh, this axis. So what we're doing here is we're checking those records if they are modified or updated or deleted, and we'll play that. So what we're doing here is we have a data source which basically contains three payloads, uh, three commands. So the first one is the update. We will update the record, and then delete, and then an insert operation. And then we are going to send those commands to the MongoDB sender, and then validate those records. Okay. Okay. So it has successfully executed the command. Uh, and let's take a look at the output from the receiver. So the first one is basically it has updated the record. So we sent these figures in the the input, and yeah, so that's the input, and then we got this record from the output. So it has successfully updated that. And then for the delete operation, so we found no record for the ID Anatar because it was deleted. And for the third one, so we inserted a record with that ID, and it has successfully retrieved that. So that's the end of the demo.